What's up, guys? Welcome to some Borderlands 3. So I know I said I was going to be doing a lot of Borderlands 3 stuff, and it's taken a while to get the Borderlands 3 stuff out. I did record all of my gameplay, like every single bit, but that is, it's taken a while to put all that together because it's like 21 hours worth of stuff just for playthrough 1. But I'm working on all of that. It's going up on another channel because it's a lot of stuff, and it's gonna take a while to edit it all out. So link in the description eventually to my other channel that will have that on there. And yeah, so this is my fight against the Rampager, which is the Vault boss. Now, this clip doesn't contain spoilers, but there may be some spoiler-y things that I have to say, because this is kind of my review of Borderlands 3. Things I love, things I hate, things that need to change, things that need to stay exactly the same. So, for one, Borderlands 3 is amazing. I love it. This is maybe not the game that we wanted in some aspects, which I'll get into later, but this is definitely the game we needed. So after Borderlands the pre-sequel, we definitely needed this. Also, I didn't mention this is playthrough 2, because playthrough 1 footage got messed up. Anyways, this is definitely the game we needed. This is the game that we needed back when they released the pre-sequel, and it was a pile of hot garbage. This is what we needed. This game is great. It's incredibly fun. There's very dynamic boss fights. There's tons of loot. There's mayhem mode, so you can, it's like how Anthem did the Grandmaster 1, Grandmaster 2, Grandmaster 3. This game has Mayhem 1, Mayhem 2, Mayhem 3, but it's done properly. You actually get rewarded for dealing with harder enemies, and it's not as hard as Anthem even is, so it feels very rewarding to be able to play this game on Mayhem 1, Mayhem 2, Mayhem 3, and actually get rewarded, and that's without us having an Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. So, whenever they release Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, and where level cap is like 72 or whatever, and then they add Mayhem mode, it's going to probably feel even more rewarding than just playing it like this. The game's fun. The story is pretty good. The adventures you go on is pretty good. There's definitely a lot of filler towards the end, where you literally have to kill all the enemies in that area to continue on. And that's mainly because the AI in this game are extremely derpy. So by the time I got to the end of the game in playthrough 2 or True Vault Hunter mode, I didn't need to kill enemies. I don't need the XP really. I mean, I could level up my Guardian rank, but that was even kind of pointless. So I just played it normally and tried to skip the enemies. You can't. The AI in this game are incredibly dumb, and they don't go toward the objective or anything. So it makes it very difficult to be able to just speed run through stuff. So there's a lot of filler, which is fine, because the game for the most part wasn't that way. So towards the end, it's completely understandable to build up that climax for the final boss fight. So that's not even a complaint. The AI part is definitely a complaint, because several times Brick would go to revive me. You saw Maya just revive me there. Brick would revive me, and he'd get halfway there and then just stop reviving me, because Brick doesn't use weapons, and he would just leap towards an enemy. So that made that very frustrating whenever I had to deal with Brick. Also, several times Brick wouldn't go into the next room, and I had to restart the game, re-beat the enemies to get to where Brick was, so he could then continue. This also happened at the end of the story with the character that you have to travel through with the vault key. So it happened to him. I got ahead of him in the area. I knew where we were going, so I beat him there, and because of that, the AI just broke. And then we restarted the game, and once we did, it worked fine up until the next point that he had to stop at for part of the story, and then it broke again. So we had to restart again. And it seems like it never got fixed. That was just the struggle that we dealt with the whole time with that character. So once we had finally done that, once we had finally beat that, we then, there was no problems because the AI was done. We had to restart for every time. But the AI, serious problem. So AI needs to be fixed. There definitely needs to be a day 1 patch, even though it's not day 1 anymore. That should have been released day 1. We need the AIs to be fixed. Definitely need this glitch with the Guardian rank to be fixed. One of my friends logged on, and it said that he had no Guardian rank and had 22 tokens. So he proceeded to spend them, and after he did, and his game crashed once he logged back on, he had then, his Guardian rank then said, he had spent 44 tokens and he had a negative 22 tokens, and it won't let him join his game. So he was basically banned due to a bug that he didn't even intend to exploit, because the game told him, physically told him, that he had no guardian rank. Now, had he looked on the side, he probably could have seen the numbers were still there, but the tree wasn't there. So he was a little worried about that, so he just did it. And yeah, like, I would do the same thing mindlessly. I'm like, oh, why did my thing reset? Let me spec back into everything. So if that happens to you, definitely don't do it. And make sure if you guys run into any problems in this game, you submit bug reports, because this game is incredibly buggy. It wasn't finished. Obviously, you can just tell that from playing it. But that being said, it is still fun. It's still the looter shooter we wanted. It just has a bunch of bugs. It has a ton of bugs. And I think that's the main thing that, quote, ruins it. It's not ruined. The bugs just make some things incredibly frustrating. The game's not in an unplayable state. I would definitely take a incredibly minor bug-filled game over a game with one major bug that made it basically unplayable. Anthem, the whole game is a freaking bug. So, yeah, these are minor things that just kind of dampen the spirits when you're going through it, especially on playthrough 2. Playthrough 1, it was like, okay, let me get this done, let me find out the story, let me see all this stuff, let me learn these characters. Playthrough 2, you take things more seriously, and then when these bugs happen, it's a little much. So, yeah, I think that it's important that they fix these glitches soon, and I'm sorry for you PC players that are dealing with some of the bugs that you're dealing with that no one else is dealing with. Also, can we change the fight for your life duration? That's a little annoying. It would also be great if I could actually revive my teammates. It seems to be really hard to get to where I can press X on my teammates to revive them. That's incredibly frustrating, especially when I get right there too and I'm sitting there trying to press X and the prompt just won't pop up. So that needs to be fixed. Hitboxes for reviving teammates, or I guess those aren't called hitboxes, but those are just some of the things that Borderlands needs. Overall, this game is great. It's fun. It's very dynamic in its boss fights. Everything feels different. Nothing feels the same. The only boss fight I didn't enjoy was the one that you fight with Hammerlock. I won't give any spoilers. Like I've said, this is just the first boss that you kind of fight, the first big boss. And yeah, I don't want to give any spoilers, so I'm not going to say the name of the boss. But if you guys have played the game, you'll know which boss fight I'm talking about. It's incredibly anticlimactic. The boss you just kind of rip to pieces. That's the only boss that I didn't enjoy in this game. And that's because on playthrough 1 and 2, it took me less than 5 minutes to clear the whole thing. Anyways, this has been me playing through playthrough 2, fighting the Rampager, and yeah, overall, like I said, the game is great, it's fun, battles are dynamic, just minor bugs, that's the biggest problem. And the Guardian one is a pretty game-breaking bug, especially if you can get banned for just the BS that the game allows. That's pretty bull, that's a very major bug, but it only affects people that, you know, have that bug. And if you don't mess with it, it won't affect you. So if you get extra Guardian rank, do not spend it. That's pretty much the most game-breaking bug I have found yet, other than dying to nothing several times. Like, my car just got deleted while I was in it. That was fun. Tons of minor bugs, and I can't even think to name them all. I will definitely be making a video where I have a list of all of them, but this is just my overall review. Great game, great dynamic fights. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you liked the game too. I hope to see you guys in the next one. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you're new, consider subscribing. We got more Borderlands stuff coming soon. I also primarily do other stuff on the channel, but Borderlands is going to be a key thing I'm going to be doing in the near future. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, guys.